Hello and welcome to my channel. I wanted to show you a stitch. Looks so beautiful, this one. The stitch is not reversible, so this is the front of the work and this is the back. But it's so nice, you can do so many things with this stitch. And it's quite thick. So for let's say a neck warmer, a headband, like I did a headband for myself. And it looks so nice. So this is the back of the work, but it's so nice, this one. So here, for example, I closed it, and if some of you decide to do a headband with the stitch, you can sew some beads here, you know, whatever beads you like. Looks quite nice, this one. So when you put, it's gonna look like this when you put on your, and it's like so soft. You can do, like I said, a neck warmer, you can do a headband, you can do a leg warmer, you can do a hot pad, you can do so many things with this stitch. You can do a blanket if you like, but well, there is a catch with this stitch. This stitch is not the normal crochet that we do, or at least I do on my channel. This one, it's Tunisian crochet, but I think just, you know, don't dismiss. Try to do a headband or a hot pad. It's quite thick, this one, or a leg warmer. Yeah, it's quite easy and it's soft. Well, depends on your yarn, what yarn you're gonna use. For a hot pad, I think you need cotton, and that one is a little bit sturdy. I will attempt to show you the stitch. Yeah, for, like I said, this is a Tunisian crochet, so you're gonna need a long needle. So this one, it's 5.0 millimeter crochet hook, which is 8 US, number 8. It's well, I stayed away from Tunisian crochet like the devil from the, you know, holy water, but at least I can try to make a headband or a neck warmer or a hot pad or something that doesn't require too much time. Yeah. Okay, I will show you the stitch, how to do this. It's quite easy for those of you that you wanna try. Okay, this stitch works with even numbers, so you're gonna put even numbers. Let's try 10, because I have here the 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, so it's kind of, you know, normal short. So let's chain 10. How many did I put? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So we're gonna skip the first chain, and into the second chain from the hook we're gonna go and pick up a loop. So leave the loop there, move to the next chain, pick up a loop, next chain, pick up a loop, and so on. In each chain you're gonna go through and pick up a loop. It's very easy, this one, but boy, with that long needle, oof. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the yarn and pass the yarn through the first loop. So pass the yarn through the first loop, and now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pass the yarn through this loop and the next one. And make sure that this one, for example, this one, it's a little bit loose, otherwise you're gonna struggle to go through. Yeah. And we're gonna do the same. We're gonna pass the yarn to the first and the next loop, and you're gonna do like this until you finish this row. Yeah, it's easy, but boy, with that long needle, the last 2 loops, it's gonna look like this. Okay, now yarn over the hook. We're gonna go through, we're gonna pick up the next 2. So you're gonna go to the, and when you pick up this one, you should have two loops. Yeah, pull up a loop, and we're gonna move to the next one, and we're gonna remember it has to have 2 loops there. Yeah, pick up a loop. You're gonna pass the yarn through the first 2 loops, the first 2. Yeah, yarn over the hook, and now we're gonna move to the next 2. So you go behind that, and when you pick up, you should have those 2 loops there. Pull up a loop, and we're gonna move to the next one. Pick up a loop. Now we're gonna pass the yarn to the first 2 loops. Okay, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna do like this until we finish this row. So you move to the next one, go behind that, you have 2 loops there, pull up a loop, and we're gonna move to the next one, and we're gonna pick up a loop. Okay, now pass the yarn to the first 2 loops. Okay, yarn over the hook, and we have the last 2. So you're gonna do the same. Gonna go around that, pick up a loop, and move to the last one, and you should have 2 loops there. Yeah. Okay, pull the yarn to the first 2 loops. Okay, yarn over the hook, and at the end here we're gonna go into this chain, the last chain here. Make sure that when you poke through that, you have 2 loops there. Okay, pull up a loop, and now we're gonna repeat the row pulling through the loops. So you're gonna pass the yarn to the first loop only. Okay, now we're gonna pass the yarn through this loop and the next one, and we're gonna do the same until we finish this row. And next row, that will be the row that you're gonna repeat on and on and on until you finish your work. Depends what you choose to do. Gonna pull through the 2 loops, 2 loops, and the last 2. Now let me give you a visual to understand what we do. So the first, we have, let's say, 1 line here, and in the middle we have like 2 loops there, and at the end we have last line here. Yeah, we're gonna skip this first line. We're gonna work only with these 2 loops in the middle and with the last line of this set. Yeah, so yarn over the hook, you're gonna skip this line, and you're gonna go around this. You see there are 2 loops there. Pull up a loop. Now we have the last line of this, and go and pick up that line. Okay, a loop. Now we're going to pass the yarn to the first 2 loops. Yarn over the hook, we're going to move to the next one. So you see you have 1 line here, like 2 lines here, and 1 line at the end. So we're going to work only with the 1 in the middle and 1 at the end. Yeah, so skip this line and go around this one. And you go to that line, pick up a loop. I'm going to pull the yarn to the first 2 loops, yarn over the hook, move to the next one, and we're going to repeat. Go to the 1 in the middle, pull up a loop, go the last line, pick up a loop, and pull the yarn to the first 2 loops only. Yarn over the hook. We have the last, let's say, set here. So we're going to do the same. We're going to skip this line, and we're going to work with the 1 in the middle, and you have 2 loops from that one, the 1 in the middle. Pull up a loop, and you have the last line there, this one. Pull up a loop, pull the yarn to the first 2 loops, yarn over the hook, and at the end here, the last chain right here. We're gonna go, and when you go through that, make sure that you have 2 loops on that. Yeah, when you go through that chain, pull up a loop, and now we're gonna pass the yarn first through this first loop. Yeah. And now we're gonna have to pass the yarn to the first and then the second loop, and you're gonna do like this. And it's quite easy, this one. So this is the row that you're gonna repeat on and on and on. I'm gonna do one more row just to make sure that you guys understood. Okay, last two. So it looks like this. Now yarn over the hook. So the first you have, we chain 10, so we have like 1 2 3 4 sets. Yeah, so you have first line, the one in the middle, and the one at the end. So we're gonna work with the one in the middle and this one at the end. Yeah, Tunisian crochet. It's a weird style, but so many beautiful things you can make. So now you're gonna have to go through the last line of that set, pull up a loop, and now we're gonna pass the yarn through the first 2 loops. Yarn over the hook, we move to the next. We're gonna skip this line and we're gonna work only with the one in the middle and the one at the end. So go around. So when you go around, you'll see 2 loops there, and the last line there. Pull up a loop, pass the yarn to the first 2 loops, yarn over the hook, and move to the next. And this goes fast after you get accustomed. Now depends how many chains you're gonna put. So the last one, we're gonna skip this line, and we're gonna go to the one in the middle, pull up a loop, and the last line is right here. Okay, pass the yarn to the first 2 loops, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna go at the end here where it's the chain. Go through that. We have 2 loops there. Okay, pull up a loop, and now you're gonna pass first the yarn through the first loop, and now we're gonna pass the yarn to this loop and that loop, and you're gonna keep it like this, 2s. Yeah, you see, if you don't leave this chain a little bit loose, it's gonna be hard to pass through it. And you're gonna do like this. It's easy. It's not hard. This one at least. Look, it looks like this. And you can do, I think, with any yarn size that you like. So what you're gonna do next, you're gonna put yarn over the hook, and you're gonna move to the first set here, and you're gonna work with the one in the middle and the last one. You're gonna pull loops and so on. Yeah, it's very, very easy, this one. And this is my how do you say, the headband, and this is the sample that I did. So if some of you want to try and see how it goes, give it a try. You can do a scarf if you don't mind that the back is not the same. But I think for a hat, for a neck warmer or headband or leg warmers or hot pad, you can do so many things with this. Well, I hope you enjoy and try this stitch. I'm sure many of you you'll enjoy. But yeah, you're gonna have to have this humongous thing. So this one, it's 5.0 millimeter crochet hook, and it's number 8 in the States. Well, I hope you enjoy. Give it a try. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.